So, just got done watching Jared Cannonier versus Marvin Vettori, and once again, it's one of those fights that, at the end of it, I think the biggest narrative is the toughness of the fighter that lost, and I'm pretty sure, as a mixed martial arts fighter, that's definitely not something you want, right? You don't want the fight to be over, and the narrative is, oh my goodness, man, he is so tough. He was getting absolutely destroyed the whole entire fight, but at least he was able to survive. At least he didn't get finished. I mean, that is an indication that the fight definitely did not go your way. But at the end of the day, it is still a very fun and interesting narrative because it's something that I'm pretty sure a lot of us don't understand, right? Like, maybe you've been hit before, maybe you've been in a fight, maybe you've taken damage before, but a vast majority of us can't wrap our heads around what it's like to get hit over and over and over and over again for 5 rounds, get bloodied up, your nose is busted, your whole entire face is cut up. You're getting hit by a professional fighter, one of the more powerful fighters in the weight class as well, and you're getting dropped and you're getting hurt, and yet you're not getting finished. Most of us can't imagine what that is like, right? And I think that's why it's so fascinating. You know, it's such a, it's like how do you do that, right? Jared Cannonier, in this fight, at the end of it, it was revealed that he broke a record. He broke the record from the most significant strikes landed. The most significant strikes landed in middleweight history. Now, mind you, this is significant because in the middleweight division, you have guys like Anderson Silva in there. In the middleweight division, you have guys like Israel Adesanya fought in that weight class. In the middleweight division, you had guys like Vitor Belfort, men who moved extremely quickly, right? Chris Weidman was in there. Lyoto Machida was in there, right? This is a weight class full of people who landed a lot of significant strikes. And for Jared Cannonier to beat out all of them in one fight and to do it on Marvin Vettori and not finish him, that is definitely, it's a significant story in the fight. Besides that, the fight was fun. It really was. Of course, it was always going to be fun. Jared was talking about it in interviews before the fight. You know, he said in his last fight, when he was in there against Sean Strickland didn't really want to fight, which is, you know, it's normal. Sean, for all he talks, when he actually gets inside of the octagon, it's, you know, it's Mr. Square stance, jab straight, backing up the whole entire time. Or, you know, if he feels like he has an advantage, it's the same thing. Like, he's not out there to, like, really go for it. So because of that, Jared Cannonier, you know, really wasn't able to let loose, right? He didn't have a proper dance partner. And so he was saying that in this fight against Marvin Vettori, he is definitely going to have the right dance partner. And Marvin is going to match, he's going to match the aggression. And that's what we saw, man. He was out there pressuring Marvin Vettori very heavily. In round number 1, Marvin actually hurt him. And he was hurting him every time he went southpaw. And this is something that I'm pretty sure if you're a fan of MMA, you're very familiar with, that one of the biggest weaknesses fighters experience when it comes to switching stances, especially if it's not something that they've developed over their whole entire career, is their defense. The moment you switch to a stance that you're not used to, you might be proficient in terms of throwing your techniques, right? But when it comes to defending the shots, everything switches, right? If you're used to blocking high kicks this way and now you happen to block this way, you know, it can get a little bit iffy. And so, like, a lot of times you see fighters, their defense gets very porous, especially with body shots, right? Especially with body shots. If you're standing orthodox, right, and you're blocking body shots, you're catching body shots, maybe you're doing the check for the body shots. The moment you switch your stance, it's like it can kind of, you can get a little bit confused. You really can. Same with head movement, right? If you're normally used to, you know, the jab is coming, you slip to the outside of the jab. The moment you go southpaw, well, slip into the outside of the jab now requires you to slip a different direction. And next thing you know, you're running into shots that you're not, you know, you didn't really expect to be running into. So We saw some of that with Jared Cannonier. He was having some trouble defending properly from southpaw, so he was switched back to orthodox. But then, man, he just started teeing off on Marvin, walking him down, pressuring him heavy, landing all kinds of freaking shot, but he was not able to put this guy away, bro. He was not able to put him away. And like I said, this has become the narrative of the whole entire fight. And man, just very, very impressive. Very impressive all around. Very impressive fight. I think those two guys were definitely... There's no way they will fight each other and not have a fun fight. Which makes me wish that we would have seen Marvin Vettori versus Alex Pereira. Right? Like, if none of these guys have been able to stop Marvin Vettori... Mind you, Paulo Costa at light heavyweight kicked this dude in the head full power and wasn't able to stop him. Like, if these guys can't stop him, I wonder if someone like Alex Pereira with his precision striking, that beautiful left hook, I wonder if he'll be able to clip him just right, and get him out of there. I don't know, but it will be interesting to see, man. A lot of times with someone like Marvin Vettori, you gotta go to the body. Like that, we've seen that, right? Guys like that who are really hard-headed and really tough, and it's like, oh my goodness, I can't get them out. I can't finish them by going to their head. A lot of times, they might need to be put away with a body shot, right? Like a solid liver kick and crumble him, have his body actually shut down. Because man, if he can, if it's just cobwebs and he can, like, you know, get his wits about him, he might be fine. But if you can shut down his fucking body, then who knows, man? Who knows? Maybe that's gonna be the case. Or hell, I can't say kick him in the head because like he's been kicked in the head by powerful men before. So it's fascinating, really fascinating. But yeah, so Jared Cannonier now is asking for another title shot. I don't know if he's gonna get it. Most likely will get it. I think if he fights Israel again, it's gonna be a different fight. The first time he respected Israel a bit too much. I think if they fight again, he's gonna be a lot more aggressive. His pressure is gonna be better, and just overall, it will be a better fight. So it is something that I definitely want to see again in the future. But I'm gonna leave it at that, man. Just wanted to hop on, give you guys my thoughts about the fight. It was fun. It was amazing, bro. If you haven't watched it, definitely check it out. Of course, Jared Cannonier, he won the fight by decision. It was clean across the board. So, yeah, let me know your thoughts about it, and I will see you guys tomorrow. Have a good night, boys.